I'll just stay where I am and you probably won't get the whole shot. But... Why?
Get out of there with your photography. There was no need for you.
For what?
How will the world's best 500cc two-stroke get on in a race against a full field of modern four-strokes? Our mission today is to find out the answer. Let's do this.
A big thank you goes out to our sponsors and to you guys for watching.
This is Kong. You've seen us build it, you've seen us ride it. Now it's time to race it. This is our fuel-injected electric start 500cc Husqvarna, and so far she's defeated all comers. She's won all of the shootouts we've put it in. That's against the Stark electric bike, against the 450s, and against the other 500cc two-strokes in our arsenal. So like I say, Sean's gonna pop the race cherry for Kong today. We're not on Skull Island, we're at Long Buckby with Northampton Club. Let's do this.
I've called this video Racing the World's Best 500 because this bike genuinely has won all of the competitions we've put it in so far, but Kong will have its work cut out for it today. Sean's going to be racing 2 classes, so he's signed up to do 6 motos here today. It's going to be a long shift for old Sean.
Go on then.
Right, dude, you seen from practice,
Yeah.
How's the track, how's the bike?
Yeah, track's pretty good. They put quite a bit of water down, so it's a bit slick at the minute on the big old 500. Yeah, had a few fishtail moments, but yeah, when we get out there for the moto, it should be absolutely prime, so we'll see how it goes.
Whoever got next is fine with us. Line up. I said whoever got next is fine with us.
It's time for Kong's first ever gate drop. Is Sean feeling the pressure? He's going to have a tough task ahead of him. He's fighting a lineup of 450 four-strokes in this elite over 50s race here at Long Buckby. Let's do this then. The revs are up, heads are down, and the gates have dropped. What kind of jump has Kong got off the line? It looks like a decent one, but into the boggy stuff there on the start straight, which has allowed Guy Day on his CRF 450 to grab a command and hold shot ahead of Sean Smith on board Kong. So Sean chases Guy Day on that big 450. The 3-1-1 machine there, you can see across the finish line for the first time down the steps here at Long Buckby. The track in prime condition right now. Lots of grip for Kong to dig into and chew up those hills. Guy Day, Sean Smith, and that's our friend of the channel there, Alan Joyce, in third place on board his KX 450. Guy can hear that big 500 behind him now. He takes a look over his shoulder and sees that big 500 plate filling up the rear view mirror. Along the back section of the track, they're going to drop down into the main hills here at Long Buckby. It's tight at the front. When I was a kid, I thought these hills were huge. I thought this track was like Glen Helen. Not so much today on the big 500. It's still a cool racetrack for Kong's first ever moto in anger. Sean's absolutely sending it right now. Laying down the power on the big 500. He's getting close to the rear wheel of that CRF 450. Here goes Sean, twisting a big handful of throttle up the hill, up the start hill.
Oh, God! Oh, God!
And the pass is complete. There he goes, powering up the inside of Guy Day, and the pass is complete. Kong has the race lead for the first time in its life. Sean is on the gas right now on board the 500. He leads the way, he leads the pack. He's leaving them in his dust. Just listen to that bike sing up these hills here at Long Buckby. Look These are the conditions that this bike was made for by the looks of things. Sean is still sending it, and he's still stretching away from the second place man, Guy Day, on the CRF 454 stroke. Sean making this look easy on board Kong. Just tickling her around the track, making good use of that nice linear power. The BRC powered 502 stroke. The race wears on. Sean is working his way into some lap traffic now. He's opened up a big lead of the tune of 14-15 seconds now, his lead over the second place rider, so he's running away with things now. So we enter the last lap of action, and this is even more impressive considering Sean is actually riding with an injury, but we'll find out a bit more about that in just a second. Sean has set the bar high here in this first moto. Are we on for the perfect day? Moto 2 is coming up next, and we'll find out if that perfect day can continue.
Awesome. First ever race on Kong. Just talk us through that sucker.
Yeah, I got out the gate all right, not too bad, and then yeah, just sat behind the leader for, I don't know, a lap maybe, can't remember now, half a lap. Yeah, and then just sussed it out and got my head down, and that was it pretty much. Yeah, it's faultless. Bit too much fuel in the tank because it's got that big tank on it, and yeah, I don't need that much fuel, but that's down to fill in it. But there you go. Apart from that,
First race, first win, 100% for Kong.
Yeah, 100%.
You've got to say the magic words.
King Kong. King Kong. Come on, mate. Well done.
How was that?
King Kong.
King Kong.
Yeah.
So last week we made Sean ride the Piglet. This week you're on Kong. How much different?
Night and day. Yeah. It's,
No, there's only one.
it's faultless, like absolutely faultless with that TDI
barely
injected
looked like
system.
you was
Oh man, it's
trying on it out there. It was just tickling it round. Really.
Yeah. It's
How good did it
literally-
sound like those hills though?
Yeah.
I mean, it
Awesome.
sounded good when I was on it,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
not very often sort of sounds good when you're
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
bike, because it's so, you lot must have loved it.
One more achievement to unlock. Whole shot. We got a whole shot on race 2.
You're going to put a new tyre on it then?
And what gear did you start in?
Third.
Third.
Yeah.
You going to stay with third?
Yeah, because that tyre's not gripping on the grass.
What
so
do you
it's
think? Do you
spinning.
think Sean should start in second gear or third gear? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. So Sean has been putting on a brave face so far today. You've seen him happy, you've seen him smiling. But he did start the day doing 2 classes, over 50s on Kong, and the adult A's he was going to do on his Gas 250. First race in that class, he had a bit of a crash, handlebars to the ribs.
Back marker.
With a back marker. Wasn't his fault, oh lad, it wasn't his fault. But he's feeling it now, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, man.
He's not too happy, to be honest with you. He's not very happy at all. He's hurt his ribs, maybe broken some ribs. We'll find that out later today, but he's soldiering on like a good factory racer. There's a lot on the line today. Kong's first race, and he's gonna grin and bear it, right? But like I say, he's been putting on a brave face. He's been happy, he's been smiling, but when the cameras turn off, this is what we're dealing with. He is in a lot of pain, so Moto 2 coming up next. We'll see how it goes.
It's time for race 2 then. Can Sean shut out the pain and continue the perfect day? The gates have dropped, and we're off then. Is there a whole shot on the cards for Kong? It doesn't look likely, because there's Guy Day and Alan Joyce swinging in from the outside line. Guy's on the Honda, Alan Joyce on the KX 450 there. Buddy of the channel and a good friend to Sean Smith. They were literally school friends. They've known each other for years, for longer than I've been alive, I reckon. And Alan's running in second place now, ahead of the 502 stroke. Sean's going to have to make a swift pass on Joycey here if he wants to keep Guy Day in his sights. Remember, Guy put up a fight in that first moto, so let's see if Sean can reel him in now. He goes up the inside of Alan Joyce then, takes a line away from the KX450. Sean Smith into second on board Kong. He's now got that CRF 450 ahead of him, his rival from the first moto. The track getting drier, getting slicker as the day wears on. The conditions are probably going to favour the 4-strokes a little more than this big, powerful 500 2-stroke. But that's not going to stop Sean from sending it. He wants to complete this perfect day. There's some bonus money on the line for him if he can get the overall win here today. So he's motivated, to say the least. They're coming round to complete lap number 1. Kong sounding as good as ever. Some good drive for Kong up the hill there. And he eats up some bike lengths on Guy Day. Sean is getting closer and closer to that rear fender of the Honda now. It's much closer than it was last lap around. When Sean can put the power down here out of the turns, he really is eating up the meters. We're going to drop down into view of the paddock now. Here they are, down the steep descent here at Long Buckby. Both riders opting to use the outside line and slingshot back up the hill. Big horseshoe turn here. Both riders going wide here at the top as well. Then on the gas, fast down the long downhill section. The fastest section of the track by far there. So we're coming up to the section where Sean made the pass in race 1. Is he going to try and execute the same pass here again in race number 2? He's looking keen for it. Squares it up through the water splash. On the gas up the hill. The guy says, no, not this time, mate. You're not going to make the same pass on me twice here today. So the race continues. The battle rages on. We're going to cross the finish line here to complete lap 2. Guy still hangs on to the lead over Sean and Kong. So Sean's searching and looking for a new place to pass now, because I don't think Guy Day is going to let him make the same pass again. Some good drive from Sean there up the hill. He's up the inside of Guy. Can he make the pass stick? No! Mr. Day slams the door on Sean. Hangs on to the lead for now, but it is close. Sean is all over the rear wheel of the Honda. And you can see there's still plenty of grip on the track, so the conditions making for some great racing right now. 4-stroke versus 2-stroke. Sean's trying to go up the inside of Guy again. Guy carries speed nicely around the outside, hangs on to the lead. Once again, they drop down into view here. Wheel-to-wheel action here in race number 2 in the elite over 50 class. Sean to the outside, Guy guards the inside. Once again, Sean drifts wide, trying to slingshot down the hill, get that drive. On the gas, sending it. Oh, it's close now. It's very close. Coming up to one of Sean's favourite sections of the circuit. This is where he made the pass in race 1, remember, around this next right-hand turn. Can he do it again? His second attempt at a pass here in this race. On the gas up the hill. Not quite close enough. Guy Day shuts the door. Once again, hanging on to the lead. This is turning into quite a good race, you know, between the Honda 450 and Kong, the 500 2-stroke. So coming up towards the final corner of the track. Across the finish line there, down the steps. Guy sending it himself, to be fair, but Sean's got a nice line around the inside, slingshots up the hill and has the commanding position for the next corner, and he makes the pass stick. On the gas around the outside, Sean Smith slots Kong into the race lead. A nice move there from Mr. Smith. And he instantly opens up a bit of an advantage over Guy, but he's still lurking there, so Sean's having to keep the pace fierce and furious in this second moto. There's no let off for Kong. Guy Day is there lurking for any mistakes from Sean. Pick up the pieces if a mistake does happen. Remember, Sean is riding with those injured ribs, so he might be fading backwards towards the ends of these races. Here we are now. They've been pushing such a fierce pace at the start of this race. Both Sean and Guy are in deep lapped traffic now. Let's hope that these back markers don't cause any trouble for the lead riders in these last couple of laps of action here in race 2. Sean working his way through there. He's got a handful of lappers ahead of him. Guy still lurking in second, so he's got to make quick work of these riders. So Sean's around the outside of one back marker there. He's got the inside line. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Near collision there up the top of the hill. Oh, and then another collision. The back marker goes down. Sean survives unscathed on board Kong. Somehow survives that one. Still has the race lead. So he should be taking the last lap flag this time around. You can see the Honda of Guy Day still lurking in second, close behind Sean. So around the final corner, we should be taking the last lap flag. No, there's a red flag. So that should be race over then. We're well over the halfway point. Looks like they're going to have to clean up that carnage on the hill.
Again, just went like that. So I was like, whoa! And then I've got the inside, so then it's gone like that as I'm going out wide. Caused the result.
Right, come on then, race 2, another win.
Yeah, race 2, another win, but the start weren't as good.
Bit closer.
The start wasn't as good this time.
More entertaining though.
Yeah, more entertaining. You had to do Joycey.
Yeah. I just had a bit of work to do, and then
You and Guy had a bit of a battle.
just that, where he was going, what his lines were and stuff, and then just picked him off. When you're riding, you just forget about him, don't you? Because that adrenaline's pumping. But in 5 minutes' time, you'll see me hanging over the bike in pain. But another good win, I think.
Yeah, so we're still hunting for the whole shot.
Yeah, I think because it's got that knackered old tyre on the back and you're on a grassy start, then you go through a natural sprint.
Yeah.
And the gate that I'm choosing is the inside, because I don't want to be hung out to dry on the outside.
Yeah.
If I don't get a good start, I'll just get pushed out wide and it'll be even more hard work to do. So I'll just stay where I am, and you probably won't get the whole shot. But... Why?
Get out of there with your photography. There was no need for you.
For what?
There was no need for you to take Matey out like that.
I don't work like that.
You fucking did. You took him clean out.
No, mate.
You did. It was a wobbly, mate.
Yeah, I was coming up the
I'm a wobbly and he was wobbly than me.
I was coming up the inside and he cut on me. I just shouted at him, so he knew I was there.
Oh, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's how it looked to me. I've seen you ride before. You could have gone around the outside of him like he wasn't even there, mate.
Okay, so we're moments away from the third and final moto of the day. There's a lot on the line here. Perfect season for Kong is on. We're 2 for 2 so far. We're looking for 3 for 3, so no pressure. We're looking for the whole shot as well. We haven't got one of those on Kong. And Sean's obviously riding a bit wounded right now. He's just gulped down some painkillers, so hopefully they work their magic for this last race and we can get that W, walk away here with a perfect day. So before we drop the gates for this race, we just need to say a big thank you to our sponsors for helping us get to races like this one and for helping us to make bikes like this one. That's obviously Putoline. Go and check them out for all of your motorcycle oils, lubricants, cleaner products and loads more. Kong's obviously running with MX9 in there in the premix. Links are in the description down below. As always, a huge thank you to our sponsors. We couldn't make videos like this one without their support.
So let's see if Sean can put that drama of race 2 behind him and refocus on the job at hand. It's time for race 3. The perfect day is still on the cards, but the pressure is building for Sean. The track gets drier, the conditions get slicker, the harder it gets on board the big 500. His ribs are going to be hurting as well, more and more as the day goes on. Let's see what Sean is made of. Let's see what Kong is made of. Let's see if we can complete the perfect day. The gates have dropped and it's a good jump for Kong. But yet again it's the Honda and the Kawasaki of Alan Joyce and Guy Day sweeping around to steal the whole shot away from Kong. Guy has the lead, Alan Joyce in second. Sean Smith in third on board the big 500, and you can see how slick and dusty it is now here in the final moto of the day. The riders come leaping down the steps for the first time. And on the gas up the hill. Once again, Sean is going to want to make quick work of Alan Joyce if he's wanting to keep Guy Day within sight. Guy knows the drier, the slicker this track gets, the more advantage he has on the four-stroke. And look at that, he's sending it down the hill. He's trying to open up a big gap here early on, while there's a rider separating him from his arch nemesis here today, Sean Smith. Guy is trying to make that gap as big as possible. Sean still sits there in third place. He desperately needs to make a pass on Alan Joyce now, because Guy is running away with things at the front. Oh, look at that back end stepping out on board Kong. There's so much power at your fingertips on board that machine. And Sean still isn't close enough to make a pass on Joycey then. So a great ride from Alan in this third and final moto of the day. He still commands second position. Sean's in third. Guy Day is running away with the race lead. Sean's getting closer to that back end of the KX450 then. He's looking keen to make a pass. This is a section where he made a pass in race 2 earlier on today. Can he execute the same manoeuvre here? Up the hill, on the inside. Shuts the door, steals the line away. Sean Smith into second on board Kong. But he's got some major work to do now though. Guy Day has a commanding lead over the 500 two-stroke. You can see him there at the bottom of the hill. Sean's got a lot of work to do here in this short 12-minute elite over 50 race here, the third and final moto of the day for these guys. And Sean is trying to keep that perfect day alive, keep that perfect season alive for Kong. This bike's never lost a race. And there goes Guy on the CRF 450, where Sean in second. There he is. So it's a good few seconds then that he's got to try and make up here in this final half of the race. His work's going to be cut out for him, for sure. Guy's into the bottom corner here of the hill. A nice healthy margin over Sean on the 500. Using the outside line. Just look how dusty this circuit is now. For sure it's going to be difficult to put the power to the ground on board the big 500. But Sean's still sending it. He's still giving it his all to try and complete this perfect day. Is he getting any closer? There's Guy. And there's Sean. The gap is closing. He is getting there, inching ever closer to the rear wheel of the CRF 450. But does he have enough time to close the gap completely and make a pass? Time will tell, but Sean is sending it, giving it everything on board the 500 two-stroke. Oh, it looks like he got a bit cross-rutted down that descent there. And he's missed his line. He's gone wide. He's off the track, actually, on the gas. Oh, that back end stepping out big time there. Big time. That was close for Sean. Is that going to rattle him? How much time has he lost on the race leader, Guy Day? time they come down the big hill. Guy's going to be getting into some lappers now. There he is. So yeah, Sean did lose some time in that mistake, but Guy is going to have to make his way through some heavy lap traffic here on these final few laps. So Sean can hope that those lap riders cause Guy some delays. Sean himself carefully picking his way through the lap traffic in this moto. It's the last lap now then. Is there any chance of Sean closing this gap? Like I said, he's got to pray for a miracle and hope that the lap riders cause Guy Day some trouble here on the final lap of action. There's Guy, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 lap riders ahead of him on this final lap. Oh, and he gets cross-rutted down the hill. Is that going to help Sean? Will he be able to make a pass on this final half of the lap? He's still sending it big time. But it's Guy Day who crosses the finish line to take the win and steal away the perfect day from Sean Smith. A valiant effort from Sean. He'll still take the overall, but fair play to Guy. That was a great race in his third and final moto of the day.
Well done, buddy! Well done!
Cheers, Billy.
But no, well done, mate. I'm pleased for you.
Well tough for that, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking beat you, that's an accolade, I'll tell you.
Right then, so that's the maiden race on the Kong 500 done and dusted. Quite literally, it was a bit dusty out there in the last one. Not quite the perfect scorecard in the end, second in that last race. But fair play, you've been battered and bruised today. You still got the overall win. First time ever this bike's been raced, so well done, mate. How was it out there today on that bike?
So the first two motos were pretty good. There's plenty of grip there, and it wasn't as dusty. That isn't against the people running the track, because they've done a fantastic job.
You can see, it's pretty hot today.
Yeah, and it was watered through the day, but it just gets to a point where you can't water it no more. I didn't get the whole shot. I just wanted to be up the inside. I've never raced it before. I didn't know what it'd be like out the gate, but that last moto I think was I won't say my worst start, but I think with the conditions. Anybody that rides a 500, when it gets blue grooved, like it is there,
it's scary.
It is, yeah, scary ain't the word. I mean, there was a couple of moments and it's fishtailing, and you've got to
just lighten up that back
You've
end.
got to get straight before you get the gas on it. At any kind of angle when you're getting the gas on and it's sideways. And I mean, like, I think Ty Wolfenden would have been proud of me at some stage when I'd have been like I was that far sideways, but it's been a good day.
Yeah.
And good day.
Once again, fair play to Riley and the guys at BRC. We knew they built a really good bike because it has won a lot of competitions on our channel, the shootouts, the drag races, things like that. But this is the first time it's been a real life test at a real life race.
I mean, I wouldn't say they built a good bike. I'd say they built a phenomenal bike. Yeah, I think it's for a 500 fuel injected 500 electric start. You can't get better.
Counterbalance.
Yeah, counterbalance. I mean, you cannot get better than that. It is just a joy to ride.
Finish things off. A deal's a deal. I said to you, if you win, it's a little win bonus for you. So.
Oh,
win bonus for Sean.
Oh, look at that! Oh, hey.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode featuring Kong. If you want to see more of this bike, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with all your two-stroke friends. He's Sean, I'm Max. This is 999 Laser. Until next time, we'll see you at the track. Yeah, no, that's a change.
Just broke myself this time.
Yeah. This piglet was squealing.
Yeah, it was. It's been squealing all day. Yeah.